Hello and welcome back. We're going to be discussing how do you tune a Guqin in this video. There's a few different ways to tune your Guqin. The easiest is to use a Guqin tuner. There's this popular one you can get on Amazon. The store you bought your Guqin from might also have this. I don't have one on hand, but I have used it before. You turn it on, set it to Guqin, and then you clip it onto the bridge. There are some YouTube videos showing step-by-step how to use these. You can check out this video here if you want to have a look. The way that I use most often is through apps on my phone. If you have an iPhone, you can download this app using the Apple Store. It is in English, so it's very convenient if you're not familiar with Chinese. If you use an Android, it's a little bit trickier. I didn't find any Guqin tuning apps in the Play Store, but if you have WeChat, there are several Guqin tuning mini programs you can use. Once you have your WeChat open, you can slide down and these show all the mini programs. This one is the one I use most common. It is called Guqin 调音器. There's another one called 乐声. They function pretty much the same way. So if I tap on this one, this is the screen it brings up. I'm going to tap on this one for 古琴调音, which means 古琴 tuning. And here I can tune my Guqin. Here, it's the hertz, which means how high or how tight the strings are. Normally, people use 440 for Guqin. Here at the workshop, we tend to use 420 for steel strings and 390 for silk strings, as silk strings tend to break more often. Down here, you can choose the scale. So right now, it's on 正调, which is the most common one we use. Another one that we sometimes might use is called 锦五弦. There's a few scores that uses this, but for the most part, 正调 is okay. Here, we have the 7 strings of the Guqin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to click 开始 to start the tuning. To tighten or loosen the strings, we use these little knobs under the bridge of the Guqin. Turn counterclockwise to tighten and clockwise to loosen. I'm going to start with the first string here, the C. I'm first going to play the string to see where it lands on the scale. It's way too low. I needed to land in the green area here up at the top. So I'm going to tighten this string. Perfect. Next, I'm going to hit the next string, the D, and I'm going to play it and see where it lands. It's also a bit low, so let's tighten that string. And perfect. Let's have a look at the third string, the F. Let's play that. It's also too low, so I'm gonna tighten that. My right hand is gonna stay under here. My left hand is going to be playing the strings. Oh, too high. All right, there we go. Perfect. The third way that we can tune a Guqin is using the fanyin. This one gets a little bit complicated, but it would have been how they tuned Guqin historically. It also offers you a lot more freedom as you can then tune your Guqin without using any other equipment. So let's have a look. If you're a beginner and this sounds far too complicated for you, don't worry. I only started learning this and it's been almost a year that I've learned Guqin. This is the general principle behind fanyin. You use the strings to tune each other. So for example, The fourth string at the seventh hui should sound the exact same as the first string at the fifth hui. The fifth string at the seventh hui should sound the exact same as the second string at the fifth hui. The sixth string at the seventh hui should sound the exact same as the third string at the fifth hui. At the same time, the third string at the fifth hui should also sound the exact same as the first string at the fourth hui. With this information, we can then tune our strings. But first, we need to have a string to start. A lot of people like to use the fifth string as it's kind of in the center. I personally prefer the seventh string. This is up to personal preference. The hardest part about fanyin tuning is getting that first string. If you're very strict about how high your octaves are, this can be difficult. You'll just have to listen for that first string and get an idea of where 440 hertz is for that particular string. If you're not very strict about the hertz, like for myself, I don't really care if the piece is a little bit higher or a little bit lower, then it doesn't matter as much. After you finish tuning, your strings will be the right notes. It might just sound a little bit higher than usual or lower than usual. And to me, it's not really a big deal. So let's do some fanyin tuning with this Guqin. I'm going to undo all of these strings that we just tuned. So I'm going to tighten some and loosen some so that they all sound different. Okay, definitely not in tune. So let's take a look here. So like I said, I like to start with the seventh string. So seventh string, I'm just gonna tighten it a little bit. If I loosen it too much, the other strings are all gonna be loose, and then you risk the strings hitting the top of the Guqin when you play. So I'm gonna tighten the seventh string. Okay, I think that sounds good. It might not be 440 hertz, but that's okay. So starting on the seventh string, I can see that seventh string at seventh hui should sound the same as fourth string at the fifth hui. So let's have a listen. Definitely fourth string is too low, so I'm gonna tighten it. With fanyin tuning, you always want to adjust the second string. Still just a little bit too low, so let's tighten it a little more. Alright, that sounds pretty much the same. Next, I'm going to do the sixth string. Wait, no. Now that I know the fourth string is correct, I'm going to use the fourth string and I'm going to adjust the second string at the fourth hui. So fourth string at fifth hui, adjusting the second string at fourth hui. Second string is too low, so let's tighten the second string. It's a little bit high now. Let me just put it down a little bit, loosen it. Loosen it a little more. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Another string that the fourth string can adjust is the sixth string. Sixth string at fifth hui should sound the same as fourth string at fourth hui. So I know my fourth string is okay. I'm not going to touch that. Fourth string at fourth hui sound like this. Sixth string at fifth hui 6th string is too low. Let's tighten that. Okay, I have the 5th string next. 5th string at 4th hui should sound the same as 7th string at 5th hui. So 7th string is what I started with. I'm going to use that as my base. 7th string at 5th hui sounds like this. 5th string at 4th hui. Fifth string's too low, so let's tighten it. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So that leaves my 1st and 3rd string to be tuned. My 1st string, I can do 4th string at 7th hui to tune my 1st string at 5th hui. So 4th string at 7, 1st string at 5th. And clearly 1st string's too low. 1st string we're gonna tighten. Okay, and my last string is the 3rd string. The 3rd string at 5th hui should sound the same as 6th string at 7th hui. So 6th string at 7th hui sounds like this. 3rd string at 5th hui. Third string's too low, let's tighten that. Oh, now it's too high. All right, so let's loosen it a little. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So let's try all of these, okay? We're gonna match all of these, make sure they all sound as they should. 7th string, 7th hui, 4th string, 5th hui. Okay, 6th string, 7th hui, 3rd string, 5th hui. Okay, 5th string, 7th hui, 2nd string, 5th hui. 4th string, 7th hui, 1st string, 5th hui. Perfect. And then the other side, we have 3rd string, 5th hui, 1st string, 4th hui. Good. 4th string, 5th hui, 2nd string, 4th hui. And 6th string, 5th hui, 4th string, 4th hui. All right, 7th string, 5th hui, and 5th string, 4th hui. They all match as they should. And that sounds about right. Now, hertz-wise, it might not be correct, but when you play your songs, the notes should be correct. So that's how you would tune using fanyin. As I said, it is complicated. You essentially have to memorize this chart and remember which two notes match to tune your strings. But if you're a beginner, don't worry about it. Don't get frustrated. Use your apps or use the little tuning equipment. That's absolutely no problem. This you'll get with time. Let me know in the comments below. If you have a Guqin, what's your favorite way to tune? And please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.